Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Under the Lights Racing League Next Gen Series. This is your voice for the action, INF, and tonight we begin our Season 6 preseason Thunder here at Auto Club for the Clash at Auto Club. Glad to have you all with us here as tonight embarks a completely new series, or completely new future here for our Cup Series drivers. As you can see, we are on the next gen car for the very first time in a league sanctioned environment. It's a lot of hype about this car for a lot of the drivers here tonight. Everyone's very excited, especially to come down here to Auto Club. Everyone's looking to turn up and be competitive, and everyone's looking for just a fresh start. Everyone's thinking that this has the opportunity for them to get up in the lead and just overall contend a lot better. But this is, as aforementioned, the first sanctioned race of the next gen car under the UTLR banner, and yeah, we have a stacked field for it. It's gonna be a great show tonight here from Auto Club, as we will get the starting lineup listed to you in momentarily. We will have a field size that is 14 cars, that being of 11 Chevrolets with 2 Fords and 1 Toyota in the field. Starting on the pole here, I believe it is a random draw to my knowledge. So it'll just be a 50-lap race, 100 miles around Auto Club. Not too long, but it should be just enough fun for everyone in the field. Starting on pole in the number 3 is Brad Ranger. Starting second in the number 42, SP. Starting row 2 in the third position is LRS in the 43. In the fourth place starting spot in the number 24 is our defending champ Mole. In fifth is Flash Champ. In sixth is the number 1 of Storm. In seventh is the 12 of Drake. In 8 is the 6 of Ardeni. In ninth is the 44 of One Bad. In 10th is the 48 of Hack. In the 11th is the 16th of Ducky. In 12th is the 8 of Kenny. In 13th is the 9 of Irate Pluto. And rounding out the field in the number 99 is Crimson Sniper. All these guys returning from last season, which was our 5th season of the Cup Series, in which we saw Mole gather another title to his illustrious career. He is looking to go, I believe, for a hat trick, to my knowledge, to become a Cup Series champion once again. So we'll be patient. We're very excited to see how this season plays out. It's a long season, folks, a 36 race season that will conclude come July 24th of next year. But it's going to be an absolute war come then. A lot of exciting racing to be had. And you can always find it on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, just right here, UTLR. That being said, as far as what goes down next week, I usually try to kind of give you like a preparation as to what's going down next week. Next week, same time, we'll be running the duels at Daytona to determine the starting positions. And then from 2 weeks' time, if you were in our, our news live stream just last night, I believe it was, the Daytona 500 will take place on October 25th. That'll, of course, coincide with the Xfinity Series being ran at October 26th, and the Truck Series being ran on October 24th. And just for note, Truck Series, you'll be able to find that on Tuesday nights. Xfinity, you'll be able to find on Thursday nights, and then Cup on Wednesdays at the exact same time. Well, they're getting ready to getting ready to send the lobby here for the Cup guys here. Honestly, from what I've seen, Auto Club is pretty interesting on the next gen cars. It kind of drives like a super speedway, very close packed racing, a lot of fun for the drivers, and it's going to be interesting to say the least once we hit the green flag. Who's going to be up front? Obviously, being it is a 50-lap race, it's going to be short. It's going to be a quick fight to the front, and people are going to be aggressive. A lot more moves being willing to have been made. But yeah, that'll favor a lot of people, or some people in this certain situation. As far as who we're going for is the race pre-race predictions. I think you'd have to go with Mole. I mean, he's Mole. He's the defending back-to-back champion. He's dominated last season, and going into Auto Club, I think it would just be right to pick the defending champion to come back and dominate. There's a lot of different drivers that are looking to kind of upset the narrative and get put their name back out there. It's a big chance for a lot of people. They're getting everyone all set up right now in the party so that they can go racing. I'm gonna try and find some stats from last year if that's possible, just to kind of go over who won. Obviously, a lot of the race results and winners pages have been split. Yeah, it does not look like I can find that. Can go over the schedule. I guess I can do that. Well, hmm. See, now I don't know what to do. Sometimes it takes a second to set it up, and I would go over everything that you usually want to hear, or at least be kind of interested in, and then you kind of need to find some things to kill time. So I guess I can go over the schedule if that's all right. So we start the official season begins on October 25th for the Halloween 250 at Daytona. And then we go from there. We go to Atlanta, then Las Vegas, then to Texas, and then to Bristol Dirt. Then we head to Darlington, which will be our throwback weekend, and also may add Bristol Dirt making its first ever appearance on the Cup schedule. And then a return from last year is the Homestead Miami Roval. Yes, you did hear that right. We run the Homestead Miami Roval. That it was a fan favorite last season. It was debuting on last season's schedule. A lot of people liked it, and they wanted it to return. So now it is returned, and with much support. That being said, Richmond, it follows that, then proceeding by Kansas. And then we have a week off for the Christmas break. And then we come back and we're right into it at Martinsville, then followed by Phoenix and New Hampshire. And then we have our All-Star Race weekend, which is a 3-race event to decide our All-Star, which will be held at Watkins Glen, Las Vegas, Bristol, and Talladega. I did not see Bristol in there. My apologies. After the All-Star break, then we head to Gateway, and then Charlotte. And then we have Valentine's Day off, and then we go to Talladega. And then we have a back-to-back on the same night doubleheader at Pocono, and that will be for double points. So 2 races on the same night, both for a full credit win, with a chance to improve your situation. Then followed by Kansas again, then Phoenix for the second time, and then we head to the Charlotte Roval for our final race before we head into the Lightspeed Dash series. Drivers are going to have a chance to win during the season, chance of prizes. Auto Club, Dover, Richmond, Atlanta, and Michigan will all be under that banner. After that, we head to Texas, and then it's Daytona on May 8th is our season finale, or regular season finale, excuse me. And then we head into the playoffs. Only the top 12 in points will make the playoffs. The first round of the playoffs being the round of 12, that will be taking place at Sonoma, Las Vegas, and finally the elimination race at New Hampshire. Then followed by the round of 8, which will be held at Martinsville, Watkins Glen, and Michigan. And then finally, we have our championship 4 round, which will be held across 4 races in 4 weeks, as tradition with our championship series. We head to Road America, but it's interrupted by a 4th of July break. And after that, we head to Homestead, Bristol, and then to finish the season off, we head to Talladega. Nonetheless, looks like an exciting schedule, and hopefully I'll be there for all of the races. At least try. The best thing I can do is try to be there. Obviously, I got outside things I got to do. But it looks like they're booting up the lobby right now. And if you want to watch the in-race version of this stream, you can head over to UTLR_Storm for his point of view of the race. Or there are other, I guess, there are other forms of watching in race broadcasts. I mean, or driver onboards. I can go to. Wow, that is hard to say. All of these are kind of hard to say. No, never mind. I guess he's the only one that's online. You can just go to UTLR_storm to go watch the in-race version of the stream. The race is going to be there can apparently be no cautions, no stages, just black flags. It'll be on 4 times wear. It's a 25% race length, and it's 50 laps. Thank you, SP, for the invite. Is anyone going to invite me as well? LRS is inviting me to a party. Now he's inviting me to the game. Thank you. Thank you, SP, again. I like thanking the people that invite me. They care. They're very nice people. That goes around for everyone. Everyone's very nice here at UTLR. But this has been a long time coming. We have been waiting very patiently over the off season. Everyone's been practicing, trying to get a handle on these next gen cars, and everyone has just been drooling at the mouth to finally be able to drive these cars. I don't even know what that was. Oh my goodness! But nonetheless, it's been exciting to say the least. It's been a great time to be around here, and it's great to see cars back out here on the track, especially for the debut of the next gen car here. Although it may not be for an overall points paying win, it is going to be a first. Everyone wants to write their name down as the first person to win in the next gen car, and we'll decide that in 50 laps around this amazing structure of auto racing that is Auto Club. They're not in their correct positions, so they will get themselves organized, and we'll go next lap. It is going to be crucial for a lot of these drivers to try and save fuel under these circumstances when there's a break in the action, especially when they're on 4 times wear. And I have no idea how these cars are going to handle on 4 times wear. I don't drive next gen cars a lot, so you're gonna have to bear with me on a lot of this. I've driven it enough to where I have a knowledge on how the cars are gonna handle or how they'll drive, but not enough. I've driven at maybe 10 or 8 tracks with these. I haven't been here. So there's the 42 and the 3 on the front row. That's SP and Brad Ranger. We'll just kind of go through the field, look at these cars, just give them their limelight. There's Irate Pluto in the 9 car. There's SP again in the 42. Flash Champs in the 18, followed by Brad Ranger, our pole sitter in the 3. 24 of Mole, returning back in that 24 machine. Ardeni in a new 6 car. Crimson Sniper in his new 99 car. LRS returning to the 43. Same with Drake to the 12. Got Hack back in his 48 machine, Storm continuing to be in his number 1, and One Bad in his 44, and Ducky in the 16, Kenny in the 8. With that being said, they'll be hitting the green flag at the start-finish line. Who will be the first person to win in the next-gen car? We'll find out in 50 laps. We're underway here from Auto Club. SB got a great jump with Mole on the outside lane as they race down to turn number 1. Looks like Crimson Sniper's been left in the dust. He's had a problem off the start as they head off into 1. SP really low on that apron, having dipped his left front tire down onto the apron. Down the back straightaway here. Double file from 3 rows deep. You see Storm got put up in the wall a little bit. That's going to halt the process of the outside lane. As you see the draft very prevalent there, off into 3. Mole was able to get right back to him. Brad Ranger trying to hold down the 4 on the inside from his teammate LRS, well, SP's teammate LRS. And you can already see they're trying to swerve, trying to get the draft going down in the front straightaway as SP leads lap number 1. Big push for the 43. He's going to have, oh my goodness, big run for the 43. Sends it on his teammate side by side for the lead. The Legacy Motor Club, they almost made contact coming off of turn number 2. You see he's going to try and pull down into his draft. There's Brad Ranger coming with a big run going into turn number 3. Still very tight together. This whole pack is, except for Crimson Sniper. Now off of turn number 4, you see it's a they've gotten single file all through the top 5. LRS with a huge run going down the inside lane. He's going to go ahead and take the lead. First lead change today, and you see Brad Ranger dive it down on the inside. He's going to make contact with SP, runs him up the track. They're 3 wide for second. Flash Champ, big push from the 24. And then you see Brad Ranger get in the wall. He's going to halt the process of that outside lane. He's in the hack. He's going to move down, and everyone's going to have to take avoiding action. Meanwhile, Mole just pushed that 18 of Flash Champs right to the front of LRS. You see how big of an impact this bump drafting is kind of having on this. We'll try and move down to Flash Champs, which you'll see a big run being formed by this inside lane. LRS has no help. He's going to have to choose. He's going to stick with his teammate up at the top, but that big push from Mole is going to help Flash Champs get a chance at the lead. Into 3. Oh my goodness, they're 3 wide for third. SP, huge run on the outside. That's Ducky in the 16. He's going to make contact. He puts him in the wall just a little bit. Storm is, it looks like Draft Masters right now. Storm is coming up the middle. He's trying to help Flash Champs as they race off into turn number 3. That's the 44 of Wombat giving a huge push to the Mole former teammates, and SP gets driven up the track. 4 wide off of turn number 4. Storm makes it through. SP's going to drop back a bunch of positions. You can already tell that things are heating up, and it's only lap number 6. Yeah, they haven't even made a pit stop yet. Wombat has gone from the back to the front. No one's gone in that inside lane anymore, though. Everyone's trying to migrate up to the outside. You see Wombat line up with his former teammate Mole, and Ira Pluto's up there as well. I've kind of looked over the fact that I was on board Ira Pluto, but he's gone up to the front. Storm has made aggressive moves. You can see Flash Champs, Hack, and SP that have all fallen back, and they've kind of gotten a little better in the single file line, but they need to try and get that draft back together. Meanwhile, Mole gives a huge push to Wombat down the inside. Wombat goes of LRS into turn number 1. He clears the 43, at least momentarily. LRS gets a much needed grip going into turn number 2. Out of turn number 2 now. They're side by side for lead. No help to either, although Mole will try and go with the 44. No help for that 43, and now Wombat will go ahead and take the lead. Okay, that is, I was like, I want to make sure. I'm like, all right, this is Wombat, right? Yeah. You see Hendrick Motorsports trying to work that inside lane right now. They're all kind of squirreling around. Everyone trying to get into the draft. I think that was Ardeni that caught up into the wall. Mole with a huge run going down into turn number 1. Can't find anywhere to go. But you see that closing speed. That's one thing about the next-gen car. Oh, big bump to Mole. Excuse me. That being said, one of these things about the next-gen cars is in these kind of slipstream, draft-heavy tracks, you get the closing speed is so massive when you're in someone's draft. So it's just insane to see the runs given, and Ira Pluto gets the boot given to him from Storm, and Storm's going to go all the way down the apron. He is going to do a 3-for-1 deal in turn number 4. He takes second place, but Wombat is now broken out to the biggest gap we've had all day in the lead, and they're already down 3 laps left on their fuel. They're going to have to be making a pit stop in the next 3 laps. And see, they're double filed by like 8 rows deep or whatever. Big slipstream down the back straight. Let's see how much Ira Pluto is able to close. He's getting the push from Storm, although Storm chooses to back out. He wants that position for himself. Down the inside, Storm goes. He gets a little tight. Might be a tap from the 24. Sends the 9 up the track. And he's going to, well, actually, people are coming into pits. That's SP and Storm and company. Looks like Kenny and Crimson Sniper all electing to go for an undercut. Oh, no, that's... Oh, I guess Sniper's already pitted. So that's LRS and Kenny. And, yeah, Storm and SP. Meanwhile, up at the front, Wombat still up in the lead. Ira Pluto and Ducky, who he's been having to fight quite a hefty amount. Looks like you can only go 11 laps on a fuel run here. That is, so we're going to estimate maybe around 4 pit stops in this race. It's going to be quite crazy. We'll see who comes into pit. We should be seeing the majority, if not the rest of the field, come into pits. And there you see it. Everyone coming. Oh, no. Ducky's gone out. Ducky has stayed out for another lap, and so has another. I believe that is Brad Ranger. It looks like everyone else is still on pit road. That's quite interesting. Everyone else has just gone down pit road. Well, yeah. I don't know if pit stops just take that later. Maybe they just sped. I don't know. Well, whoop. Hey, Storm, I don't think I don't think NASCAR is going to be too happy with you locking bumpers like that. I don't know. Ducky and Brad Ranger out front right now. Although they will have to make their pit stops come this time. So our Irate Pluto was, I believe, the leading car coming into the pits. Or I guess he will be the leading car exiting the pits. Yes, he will. So where will the rest of the field come out? There's the rest of the field closing greatly, going off into turn. What in the heck just was even that? I don't even know. There's Storm and SP. They're going to come out in front of the 44 of One Bad. That undercut seemed to work. That'll spread the field out quite a bit. Now it's just SP and Storm working together. Meanwhile, Brad Ranger slot into his pit stall. Where are they going to come out relative to Storm and SP? Ducky finally gets out of his pit stop. Where is Brad Ranger going to come out? Or when will Brad Ranger come out? Just right behind him. Ducky will win that race off pit road, but look at how much time has been made up. Hello, SP and Storm. They're going to just cruise on by. They will take back the lead. SP to the front again, the second time today. And you see the guys in the back. They're trying to form kind of like a draft train, or at least a pack, so that they can catch up to each other. It's kind of weird at Auto Club in like places like Auto Club in Michigan, where you need the draft to be competitive. You need the draft to be up front. But if you lose the draft, and you're like in a pack, it's just kind of hard to get that time back, because you can see they're tandem drafting. And see that with the 43 and the 44 in the second pack. And then you can see it again in this other pack. And it's a 3-car tandem between Kenny, Mole, and Irate Pluto. So it's just tandem racing right now up until they can get back to the main pack. At least until they start fighting. Which, looks like they're starting that. Storm's dropped back a little bit. He's dropping back to One Bad in LRS. Gonna let SP kind of go out on his own right now. I don't know if I would be leaving the driver out by himself. Again, I'm not sure how these next-gen cars really work around Auto Club. All I know is that from past experience, you can break away pretty easily. At least once you break the draft, then you can break free by yourself. But I guess that it's not really the case, considering how fast these cars are going in the draft. It just makes that big of a difference. And you can see that with One Bad closing speed. Look at this. Oh my goodness. With ease, he's just going to go down the inside. Is he going to take the lead? Well, he has the lead for now. Can he clear him? May have help from the one. He doesn't need it. Now it's One Bad who's back up into the top spot. Legacy Motor Club trying to work out on the outside lane. And then you got Storm and One Bad working together on the inside. Now they've gone single file again. Look at that big dent in Storm's rear, or left rear. That's not on his screen. That's just on our screen. So, because I can be watching the stream. But let's see this closing speed. And you see they're all just trying to make sure that they're all square and lined up. Best draft possible going down into turn number 3. Big push to Storm. He is going to have a run on the 44 of One Bad. Number 4 now. Can SP get to his inside? Almost got their LRS. Hello, he got loose. Big run come from Storm. Now he will look down to the inside of the 44, or not. He's going to save it. He got chop blocked right there. That was a close call from the 1. Now SP's going to find his way around. He will go ahead and take second place. You can still see this closing speed. I'm just so fascinated by it. He's not even getting pushed. That's just complete toe. It's just so crazy. You can see Kenny has broken away from that that car from the Irate Pluto Mole gang, and he's gone back and working with Ducky. Well, it's going to help Irate Pluto and Mole as they begin to fight up for the front as they go 3 wide. Big push to Storm from LRS. He chooses to go middle. Storm gets the push, doesn't have the grip. He's driving it up the track. He's going to slide up in front of SB. SB's going to go down the middle, down the inside. He's chopped his teammate's nose off. He's gone down off to the apron. He manages to save it. He'll return back just behind Irate Pluto and Mole. Man, that was a risky move from SP. He's going to relinquish, I believe, the position for that, or he's going to try the outside lane. I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. If it works in real life, I guess you could try it there. But look how much this has allowed them to get back up to the front. Storm's now pitting by himself. That's an interesting call. He's pitting 3 laps early. Big run coming from SP. Irate Pluto as well with Mole. Off into 2. Irate Pluto's up into you. What you gonna do? SP's got to run. He's going to try and side draft, or he's going to try and squeeze his nose in there. Guess miscommunication from the Hendrick guys. They're all shuffling around right now. Make sure you take the census of 2020. Make sure to do that. As you see the Legacy guys, they're coming into pit road. LRS is... That was pretty... It was borderline for LRS. Storm is now exiting the pit road as people begin to fight. Just as a reminder, just as a notification, he did pit with 3 laps left on his fuel tank. So he's trying to undercut by 3 laps. Everyone else is good. That wasn't just a him problem. Or actually, these guys do have, they can go longer because they did pit a lap later. So a lot of alternating fuel strategies, a lot of alternating tire strategies. We'll see how that plays out come the end of things. We'll see who comes in this time, although it doesn't look like much. I think that's just Kenny and a few people in the back. We'll try and find them. It's Kenny and Hack that have come into pit road, and there you see him. Storm, he's trying to get a sniff of Brad Ranger's draft. That would help graciously in his attempts to kind of take the lead, or jump out and take the lead again. Well, One-Pad's doing a great job. He's having to defend Mole and Irate Pluto. It's just Hendrick versus New York Racing. If you haven't enrolled into Grambling State University, but they're looking like they're going to come in now. Oh, man, One-Pad was quick on the brakes there. You see Ducky come into pit road. One-Pad, what in the world? That is going to cost him some time on pit road. Ducky will now inherit the race lead. Brad Ranger and him, I do believe, are the only other people that have stayed out. And the other guys you see, the SP and LRS, they did make their pit stops. Storm is the first person to make his pit stops. He is up in front of them. Although, with this help from Brad Ranger and the tow he's getting, this is going to help a bit. Although SP and LRS are working together, so that kind of negates all of his efforts. And we'll see Flash Champs has come in. And this should be pit stop for Brad Ranger and Ducky. Oh my goodness, Brad! I'm just impressed by that. See, that was good. There you go. Irate Pluto comes out and wins the race off pit road, but look how much time they have lost. They're about a whole corner back as they get back up to speed. It's the 3-on-3 right now. Storm, SP, and LRS versus Irate Pluto, Mole, and One-Pad. See our Denny, Drake, and Flash Champs. They've all kind of broken off. Crimson Sniper, poor mans. What have I missed in the meanwhile? You can see in the back that they're fighting for the 4th place position. Although it would be smart of them to kind of, start to tandem like these guys are here. Oh, bit of a lag spike from the 43. Right now we are at 29 laps to go. You see SP making the dive down the inside with Storm. Looks like these 3 are kind of broken away as kind of like the front, not like the front runners, but like of this race. But these guys, I think these 3 have the highest chance of winning the race. Well, maybe not. Because I didn't even factor in that they can't go as long on fuel as the other guys can. That might come back to bite them, who knows. They burn fuel pretty badly in the next-gen cars. Anywho, still all tandem drafting, although the positions have changed a little bit. Now SP's back up into the front. I'll kind of run this middle lane, and I guess that works well just because these cars have so much more grip. that you can afford to be a lot more on throttle than you can with the 2020 cars, especially in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 are more or less the same. But I kind of want to hear their like their engine sounds, or at least their throttle sounds as they go into 1 and 2 this time. So I'm just gonna go quiet just for this next lap, just so you can hear the their throttle. It sounds mostly on throttle, more than like the non-off the throttle. Still in that second pack trying to work together, although it doesn't seem like they can muster much juice at the moment. Mole's kind of dropping back a bit. They're gaining little by little. The more that they fight, it helps them out. Wombat is doing an excellent job of pushing that 9 car of Ardeni, or sorry, Irie Pluto. He drove that 9 car last season, I do believe. My mistake. And see, Ducky and Brad Ranger, these guys on an interesting strategy. These guys are in the second pack. They can go the longest on a fuel run because they have their strategy has allowed them to go longer, or these guys go longer on runs. They pit later. So interesting strategy as far as these two and how that's going to shape out for the race. Hack and Kenny are kind of in the weird in between of this. They're like they're kinda on the Brad Ranger and Ducky strategy, although maybe not as much. Kind of like a diet strategy. Flash Champs is with them as well, and then you got Ardeni and Drake as well. Crimson Sniper, obviously on the alternate strategy, he got messed up in the beginning of this race. We could expect to see Storm come in here though, and the pits as he's done so in the past. No. It was on 2 laps to go left on his fuel, so he will have to make a stop in the next 2 laps. Anyone else come down pit road? Does not appear so. Oh, that second pack has gained quite a bit. These guys have efforts really reaping in their reward. I am slow sometimes to come up with statements. You see, they're fighting for the lead, and that's what's helping these guys get up to the front. These 3 Camaros, as well. I mean, the field's there's 11 out of the 14 cars in this field are Camaros, and Storm comes in again. He's coming in to pit. Obviously, he goes the shortest on a fuel run, so I guess he'll always kind of end up as the leader, unless he like speeds or he just gets left at, or these guys continue to draft together. Which is kind of interesting to me how these guys have been able, or how Storm's been able to just take the lead just off of pure pace, even though, like, they're literally just 3-car tandem drafting, and that's, like, way faster than what he's doing. I'm not sure. We can expect to, I think we can expect to see SP and LRS maybe come in this time, as they're usually 1 lap after, and yes, they are coming into pit road. SP almost missed pit road. That was weird. We'll see where they come out relative to Storm. Yeah, they come out usually in the same area. They all kind of merge around this time in place. Brad Ranger and Ducky trying to work together. Hack is closing in on them. Kenny is now into the pits. And Irie Pluto is now our leader. And with Storm having no one else to draft with this time, it might be making it a lot harder. Wombat just lunged it in on the apron, trying to make the overtake right before the pits. Oh, interesting call. They're leaving Irie Pluto out to dry, and it's just Mole and Wombat out front. There you see the two. They have completely blown SP and LRS out of the water. They have put in quite a sizable gap. Interestingly, though, check this out. There's Storm. And can SP, that's a pretty close gap. I mean, they were racing each other like at this close previously, but in other times, Storm had been able to break away quite a larger gap. So it's a little interesting, to say the least. I'm not sure. They should be coming into pit, though, this time, the 44 and the 24. Into pit road they go. No issues made. Making pace speed. There's Ducky and Brad Ranger here that will inherit the race lead. As there's Irate Pluto, he comes out by himself. And is he closer? He's about a little slower, a little further behind than where he was before. There's Flash Champs and Drake that are now into pit road. Race leader, Brad Ranger and Cone. Flash Champs. Oh my goodness, there's a fight going on to here. I'm pretty sure SP... I looked down on Storm Stream and I saw Storm Door SP and I'm like, what was happening over there? I had to see it. Here comes the 44 of Wombat and the 24 of Mole. They're exiting off of pit road now, and there comes Storm, SP, and LRS. Where is Irate Pluto? Irate Pluto is going to join up with them in the same kind of margin. Although that gap has increased from what it was before. SP, LRS, and Storm still having a stranglehold in the front as we just now reached 20 laps to go in this race. Well, Brad Ranger and Mr. Ducky. Oh, wait. Where is Ducky? Is Ducky? Hello? Oh, Ducky ran out of gas. Ducky ran out of gas trying to make it across another lap. That is going to be, well, effectively strategy and race over. That is big for them. Here's Brad Ranger. I mean, he's pretty far behind from the leaders now that he doesn't have a teammate to draft with. So that's going to suck. But at least he can go the longest. At least that's some, like, redeeming factor. Top 5 right now as they run. Ducky, who is going to be passed for lead, but that's followed by Storm, LRS, SP, Irate Pluto being in 4th. This being your battle. Sorry, this being the battle for 4th. There's Ducky. He is now in the pit road. He is now no longer the leader. Now that goes to Storm. With just 19 to go. So, as a reminder, that pack up front, Storm is leading. With SP and LRS second and third, and then this is the battle for 4th. These guys trying to make it, wow, that I can't even see another car after that. That is a massive margin. I mean, they just got into 3, and they're like now halfway down the pack straightaway. That's how far back they are. It's not like a diss, but like it's just, you know, when strategies kind of play out like this, sometimes it can lead to stuff like this. This happening. I will say, come the end of this race, it's going to be interesting how these fuel strategies kind of all handle out. And especially, you know, with tires, because the thing is that they've all pit for 4 tires in all their pit stops, but when they come down, when they actually like are pitting for their tires, their rights are only like at 50. Well, at least Storms are only at 50. Storm and SP or LRS on the wall. That was weird. They lost a bit of time there, at least to the cars behind them. But like I said, when they come down to pit, their tires are usually pretty good, at least on left and right side tires. So especially when they come down to the end of the race, how valuable are tires going to be? And who's willing to gamble? Honestly, this is a 6-car race. Although they are further back, they're a little bit a ways away from LRS's draft. I mean, this is 6 cars. These are the 6 contenders for this race win. It's gonna be. It's gonna just come down to who's the better pushers. Storm is gonna have to come in and pit in the next 2 laps. And that will be lap 13 at the max of which he can pit. And the problem that makes for Storm is that if he pits with 13 to go, he's going to have to pit one more time. And that would be like with 2 or some laps to go. Looks like regardless, I think Storm's going to have to pit one more time. SP and LRS, they're going to be pushing it. They did pit a lap later. So it's going to be weird to see how they can do that. I think they might be able to stretch it. But the cars in the back, these cars right there, who have now finally caught the main pack, I think they're good to the end. At least if they make their final pit stop on when they hit 0. They are. I think they should be able to make it to the end as One Bad hit LRS off the track, and there's contact now. Okay, there's contact now. They're 3 wide for 3rd. That's Crimson Sniper up ahead. As they race off into turn number 3. Hard, aggressive racing from these guys. I think this is Storm coming into pit. I don't know if he'll make it around another lap. There he is, Storm having a duck. That is Storm pitting there. Coming to 13 to go. Contact between the 9 and the 44. As now SP's getting past for the lead from Mole. Mole is now up and into the lead. And this is kind of intersected with the pit strategies of each other, because now they've gone out and passed them outright for the front. How close does that make it when they come to pit road again? One Bad's gone down the inside. I think this is going to be the call for SP and LRS. They've got to be coming into pit road now. I think this is, if they can pit 1 lap max than the other guys, we'll see what they can do. No, I guess they are going to... Oh, LRS had to come down, though. He couldn't make it around another lap, so he might not be good to the end. There is Storm, who is come back, or is exited pit road a little further back than what he usually is. But that's huge for these 4. SP, I mean, who was on that earlier strategy to pit earlier, that might be real. That's going to be huge for him come the end of this race. I think, the more I think about it, how far can these guys really go? I don't know if these guys are going to pit now or not. Looks like they are, though. Or at least one of them is. Mole, Irate, Pluto, and SP all come into pit. And look at this. One Bad has now been left out by himself. And right now, we are at 12 laps to go. One Bad, I think he's going to make it. He's going to be right on the dot to make it to the end. If he can make it back down to pit road without, like, running out of gas. It'll be interesting to see what it's going to be like when he exits pit road by himself, because he's not with a pack anymore. But man, oh man. One Bad. He's got himself in a pretty good situation. He's just got to not speed here. And I think he did a pretty good job of that. Oh, hello. All right. Well, these guys all pit in their pack. Irate Pluto's going to win the race off pit road. Where is Storm? Oh, never mind. I guess Mole's going to win the race off pit road. There is Storm. He is going to pull out ahead again, although that is going to be interesting when they come group back together. LRS now is going to get past Irate Pluto, and now there's a big gap between them and Storm. Although they're not really worried about Storm. Storm can't make it to the end. He's actually probably the furthest away from making it to the end. So now here comes One Bad. He is now out of pit road. Storm is now exiting turn number 4. There you see Storm. He's about to cross the start-finish line, so here we go. Look at the gap Ardetti's just been able to put on the field by doing another lap. He has gapped the other people. Oh my goodness. I think, and you know what I think he did? He might have pit for just right side tires. He might have just gone only for rights. No gas, just right side tires. He's trying to go to the end. He gives himself, well, it's crazy to say that this has been the biggest, like, green flag lead of the day is this. They're going to probably catch One Bad, but right now, One Bad's goal, just survive, make it to the end. He's got the tires, he's got the fuel to make it. And now we're just coming to 10 laps to go in this race. Or actually, sorry, 9 laps to go in this race. It's anyone's ball game. You can see the 9, though, of Irate Pluto starting to lag a little bit. Storm is 2 laps short on fuel to the end. So now that I'm thinking about it, what does that mean for everyone else? We know One Bad's good to the end. One Bad is going to make it to the end on fuel. He is our current race leader in that 44. I believe he only pit for right side tires. That shouldn't be too much of a concern, considering rights are looking to be the more wary tire. But now it's just, with 8 laps to go, it's just between Mole, Irate Pluto, and SP. They have all pit together. They pit one lap before, or one bad, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes when the end of this race emerges. And now Mole in the hole has taken the lead again, but not so fast. Irate Pluto down the inside of him. He's going to go ahead and just take that right away. SP and LRS getting a little wiggled right there. And right now it's just 6 cars under the blanket. And Storm, you can see he's dropping off. Storm is just trying to save fuel. He recognizes his situation he's in. He is just desperately trying to save fuel. Trying to make it as far as he can to the end. These other guys, they don't really care, honestly. They think it's either they're good to the end or they don't care. They'll run out of gas. Let's see. Probably a big lift out of Storm here. I just want to look there. Yeah, you can see a big lift, like a drop of 40 miles an hour before pits. Or I guess not. There comes Storm into the pit road. I think his game plan is he's going to try and he knows he can't make it to the end, so he's just going to pit for a little bit of gas, pit some right side tire, or actually pit for no tires, and he's just going to go to the end as we hit 7 laps to go, or 6 laps to go, I think. Well, he's kind of my main lap counter, so now I'm not exactly sure, you know, what this is going to look like. I'm really going to need Storm to get to stay unlapped here. Although he did speed into pit road, so that is not going to help. He is going to be 1 lap down. Alright, Pluto still remains the race leader. That is not Storm, just by the way, up towards the front. And Storm, honestly, wait. Alright, so they're on lap 46, which means that there's 5 to go. So there's 5 laps to go in this race. They're coming to 4. It's crunch time, man. These are the 5 cars. There were 6, and now there are 5. Irate Pluto lagging big time, though, all across the track. That's got to be scary for the drivers. Now they hit 4 laps to go here at Auto Club. Crimson Sniper just up ahead. I'm sure he's going to stay out of the way. Not much reason to try and race. I mean, at least race to be on the lead lap. Down to turn 3. There you see the bumper getting put to the 24 from 1 bad. It looks like SP and LRS kind of dropped off a bit. Are they going to have to make a pit stop? No, they're still good. So they now hit 3 laps to go. Alright. Fuel's getting real dry here, man. Everyone's right at their limit. It's just, they're hoping to see if they can make it the furthest on what they got. Irate Pluto has drawn back, or has drawn to the front by a lot. And now you see the 24, who is desperately trying to save fuel. He's just slow, trying to save what he can. Into 3 and 4. Are we going to see people come to pit road? We're coming to 2 laps to go. And there we see it. SP is going to have to, or sorry, that's LRS. He did pit kind of in between all of these guys. He has to bail. 2 laps to go. See Mole, how desperately he's trying to save fuel. Losing all that ground. They're letting Irate Pluto kind of pull away. They're just going to let him just do what he wants to do, honestly. You can see SP, he's racing aggressively. Oh, there goes Irate Pluto. He's out of fuel. Dropping all the way back to 4th. And now, oh wait, what the? What? Hello? He's lagging. Never mind. Well, it's going to be a game of gas mileage. Who can make it to the end? White flag in the air. Last lap here at Auto Club. 1 bad, and SP racing really aggressively into 1. He forces SP down low onto the apron. 24 of Mole is out of fuel. They're door banging. There goes Irate Pluto. He's out of gas. It looks like SP might be out too. They're not gonna, I don't think they're gonna get to him unless 1 bad just magically runs out of gas here. Off of the final corner. He came from the back, and now he'll finish up front. He played the fuel strategy perfect, and now he's going to be a winner at Auto Club. UTLR One Bad wins the Clash at Auto Club. Played the fuel perfectly, and he's going to be able to come out the victor. He's able to go that extra lap. Who is even going to come out third? I mean, Mole's going to have to finish this. There's Hack. Hack ran out of gas. LRS is racing Crimson Sniper for the position. Third place goes to Brad Ranger, who could go the furthest on fuel regularly. He was just too far back. Drake finishes 4th. He gets the top 5, and Flash Champs is 5th. Mole drops to 6th, with Irate Pluto falling back to 7th after that last lap. LRS dipping. He has to go to set. Oh, sorry. Oh, I guess they didn't finish yet. LRS 7th. Irate Pluto 8th. R Denny 9th. Hack is 10th. And I believe One Bad is I believe Storm is 11th. I haven't seen 11th through 14th yet. I guess they were still racing. Yeah, it looks like Storm's going to finish out in P11. Crimson Sniper, I know, was 14th. Storm, I want to see who's in. Okay, there we go. Ducky 12th, Kenny 13th, and Sniper 14th. Overall, unfortunate for those guys in the back, just going to make it to the end. But how about it for One Bad in the 44? Able to get it done. Well, hopefully you'll be hearing from, you'll at least hopefully be hearing from our podium finishers, that being One Bad, SP, and Brad Ranger. This is going to be a little tough. Hello, can I please... Why does all my recently played people have to be on Fortnite? That's kind of stupid. I'd rather have it be on NASCAR, because, you know, I need to talk to the people that are on NASCAR. And then it's Wreckfest, so I can't do that. I guess I'll have to just wait until I load into the lobby. Fastest lap credits do go to Mole with a 39.4. Real fast man right there. Alright, so we will invite One Bad, we will invite SP, and we will invite Brad Ranger. Hopefully they join. SP joined, because SP's a real one. I know who the top 3 was, SP. I was a smart boy. There's One Bad. Now we're just waiting on Brad, and Brad is here. Alright, good evening, gentlemen. If you would all include your audio, that would be very much appreciated. We're going to go ahead and get these interviews started with our third place finisher, Brad. Brad, you got a copy, my friend?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Brad, it was a pretty, what should I say, uneventful race for you. You were up front. You were our pole sitter, and then fell to the midfield. And then you were on the long-term strategy, trying to go the longest on your fuel runs. Ultimately, it paid off. Finished 3rd. Talk me through your race, my friend.
Yeah, I knew I was going to be fast enough there running with the front guys. I tried staying in the draft, though. Lost the draft a little bit there toward the middle of the race. And with the second, I think it was the second to last pit stop, I went a little too loose with the setup and lost a lot of time. I may have been able to maybe compete for second, but other than that, it was just trying to run a clean race and hope that everyone didn't make it as long as what I did.
Yeah, and the strategy for you originally was to go the longest on your fuel run and then try and pit there. Was that a strategy you came up with by yourself, or was that the strategy you came up with Ducky?
Yeah, that's usually a strategy I go with on the 1.5 miles. If I see it's going to go green, just try and conserve as much fuel as possible, and just stuck with it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to keep up with Mole and One Bad and SP. Those guys, they were a lot faster than what I was.
And then final question for you, Brad. How did you feel out there with those next-gen cars? It was our first race together.
Yeah, the next-gen cars are a lot of fun. Yeah, it's looking forward to this season, my first season in the Cup Series at UTLR. It's going to be should be a good season.
Yeah, well, great job, my friend. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish here in the Clash.
Thank you. Good job, One Bad.
We'll now move on to our second place finisher here of SPSP. You got a copy?
I do. I got a copy.
Well, man, you started second and you finished second. I mean, it's a neutral gain. You drove a great race. You were up front all night until just the end. You just came a few liters short, I guess, of winning the race. Talk me through your race, man.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I got to drive the next gen cars for the first time. Had to broadcast it by you, so thank you for broadcasting tonight. But yeah, we were fast tonight. I mean, we dominated the race as far as leading laps, and our strategy paid off really well. And yeah, just kept playing the strategy game with LRS. Me and him were on the same strategy. Alex was slightly different than us, and I wish he could have finished the race, but got a speeding penalty on his last pit stop and was short and just whole mess by him. And same thing with Luke, just a lap short, so he had to pit there at the end. And yeah, just I mean, I knew if I didn't pit with Mole and them, I wasn't gonna have a shot at giving win this race. And one that took the nice SP strategy and he used it to his advantage and got the win tonight. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it sucks being one spot short, but it's just the Clash. I was trying to make it 2 in a row for Clash wins for me, but we'll settle for this second place. And yeah, just looking forward to the season that we have coming up here. And congrats to One Bad. Nice job tonight.
Yeah, and just quick touch on the basis there for the upcoming season. What does a finish like this give you for the going forward into this upcoming season?
Well, last season I kind of had a breakout year. Won 3 races in the Clash. This season already shown that I'm pretty decently fast. Led a lot of laps tonight. I think I led the most laps tonight. Just shows that I mean I'm here. I'm ready for this season. And I don't want to say I'm going to be a force to reckon with, but hell, I think I'll be better than I was last season. So just hopefully that's the case.
Well, SP, congratulations to you on your second place, my friend, and good luck to you in the upcoming season.
Awesome. Thank you for broadcasting. Congrats to One Bad on the win. Great strategy there, buddy. And yeah, thank you.
Speaking of One Bad, our race winner here, One Bad. One Bad, you were fighting all night tonight, man, making moves to get up to the front, having to work with Irate Pluto and Mole. And come the end of the race, you were able to go out just the extra lap you needed to make it to the finish line first. Talk me through a great race for you.
Oh, we had an excellent night. The old man ain't out yet. You know what I mean? I'm the Ryan Newman of this league, but I ain't done yet. There's still wins in me. And couldn't ask to race with a better group of guys. These are all winners here. They've all won races. So I know that, working with these guys is going to be a fun race. And it really was. I mean, we went from the back to the front a couple times. And we seemed to be really good on our fuel run. So I was getting 10 laps on the fuel, where most of these guys were only getting like 7, 8 really, more or less. So I think me, Pluto, and Mole all were on the same strategy, except on that last pit stop. My car was really good on old tires. I mean, it just didn't fall off. So when we went to that last pit stop, the right sides were still in the 60s. I said, let's just do, or left sides. I said, let's just do right sides only. So I came out, took a chance with it, kept the lead for a while. I think with like 3 or 4 to go, they caught me, but it was enough to hold me off. And I think if Pluto hadn't had any lag issues, Pluto had this race won up, because he was on the high side just holding his own, and I was on old tires just holding my own, trying to fight off SP. So all in all, it was a good race. I feel bad for Pluto that he had that issue, but I'll take it. It was a good run.
Absolutely. And, going into this season, coming in now with the win here, being the first winner in a sanctioned race for the next gen car, what does this kind of confidence give you going into this upcoming season?
Oh, I'm so looking forward to the season. The playing field has never been more level as far as across the board for all our guys. And it shows with the practices we have and these runs that we've been doing in tonight's race that you could do. These guys that you normally don't see up front are running up front. So, I mean, it's going to be an awesome season. I think there's going to be people in the playoffs that you would never think would make the playoffs. And it'll be great. It'll be fun.
Absolutely. And one last thing, if you'd like to shout out anyone or say your thanks to
I
whoever
do want
that
to give
may
a shout out
Go
to
for it.
Mole and Pluto. Good run tonight, guys. I love working together. We seem to be on the same strategy. SP, nice. Ain't nothing wrong with silver, buddy. Ain't nothing wrong with silver. And,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
thank you guys for an awesome broadcast tonight, and Alex for doing all he does, and all my admins. And I look forward to a great season. Let's go do it.
Sir.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Storm, you want to add anything?
Man, that was a wicked race. The strategies, the way these cars handled, the way the drivers were able to get behind the wheel and work them was quite impressive. For myself to be up in the running, and like SP said, I just kind of cut the strategy short. But all in all, it was a great race. I can't wait for the season. We've got so much on tap for what is to be the best season ever here in UTLR. So if you think that racing was incredible tonight, just you wait. We got the duels next week. We got the 500 the week after, and that also is a week for Xfinity and trucks as we bring back the Xfinity series. So much action, so much possible drama. I mean, we're going to have it throughout the season. I know it's coming, but all in all, it's going to be one of the best, and we've got so much lined up that you do not want to miss a beat here at UTR Live with INF right here hosting on Wednesday nights, and myself along with some other people hosting on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's going to be a great one. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Never been excited for a season until this season.
Absolutely. We're all excited here, man. If this is an indication of anything, this season is going to be one to watch for sure. But that will do it for us tonight here from the UTLR Next Gen series. Tune in next week, same time, as our drivers head down to Daytona Beach to set the grid for the Daytona 500 in 2 weeks at the Daytona Duels.
Yeah.
This has been INF up in the booth. Thank you all so much for tuning into this live broadcast. And now, as always, my friends, take it easy. Good night.